This is the 417 Gamers podcast, a show in which some gamers in the 417 discuss 4 things they're enjoying in and around the 417 area, discuss 1 topic of the week, and share 7 of their favorites in a given topic. In this episode, Andrea talks about pumpkins and the Halloween we're about to enjoy. Rick talks about the Gaming Arts Media Expo. Andrea talks about the festivals, corn mazes, and everything great in the fall you can do in the 417. And Rick talks about his enjoyment of the Book of Mormon that came to Juanita K. Hammonds. Our topic of the week is introducing ourselves as gamers. Rick and Andrea talk about what makes them tick as gamers. And then in the 7, they discuss their favorite 7 games. Let's get on with the show.
The 417 Gamers is a group of board, tabletop, and card gamers in the 417 area code. This is the podcast.
Welcome to the 417 Gamer Podcast, episode 50, the one with 50 episodes. In the 4, we talk about 4 events in and around the 417 area that we've enjoyed. In the 1 topic of the show, we talk about 50 episodes, what we've enjoyed, and what we'd like to try and do going forward. And in the 7, we talk about 7 of our favorite games that we've discussed in the last 50-ish episodes. Without further ado, the 417 Gamer Podcast. Welcome to the 417 Gamer Podcast. My name is Rick.
I'm Andrea.
And this is episode 50! In the 4, we like to talk about 4 events that we've enjoyed or are looking forward to in and around the 417 area. Andrea, we went to the Springfield Symphony.
We did. It was at the Juanita K. Hammonds Hall. Mm-hmm. It was a tribute to John Williams. So all of the songs that they played were from his movie scores. And he has done, I don't even remember.
Over 100 films.
Yeah, it was mind-boggling. And a lot of the songs are from popular nerdy, like, of course, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, E.T. A lot of those songs that give you the feels when you hear them, that are just music that everyone recognizes.
Absolutely.
And it was a sold-out show.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know if it's the first time they've packed the Juanita K.
The first time this season.
Yeah, for the Springfield Symphony, but bravo to them. And they did such a good job. Oh my gosh, it sounded spot on, just like movie scores. They did more than one Star Wars song.
They did like 6 or 7.
But
they did Duel of the Fates from The Phantom Menace. They did Yoda's theme from Empire Strikes Back. They did the Imperial March from Empire Strikes Back.
The Cantina song, dun 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 dun.
New Hope, as well as the Star Wars
the theme,
intro theme,
dun 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 dun, which everyone knows. You know, that scroll music. They did, and then they did a couple that I didn't realize. One from the Cowboys, which is a Western from a John Wayne movie that was before I was born. But I recognize the music,
right,
even though I've never seen the movie, because they've used that music in other things. And I didn't know he did the music for the Olympic opening. The
84.
Yeah, the song we all listened to during the beginning of the Olympics. He scored that. Yeah. And they actually had a little video clip from a Springfield native who won a silver medal in steeplechase.
Yep. And
she said, you know, of course, when she came out for the opening ceremonies, that song plays. And, you know, to this day, it, you know, gives her the feels. And so that was really cool. I had no idea. But back to the Star Wars, if you think about how many Star Wars movies there have been and the TV shows, he has scored over 20 hours of music composition for all of the different franchises for the Star Wars. That was insane.
There's a lot of Star Wars.
It was a lot of Star Wars. But it wasn't just Star Wars. It was the other movies, too. You know, even Jurassic Park, I think, got a lot of people up and going. I heard a lot of people, you know, humming along.
Yeah.
And it was really cool the way they the whole presentation of the whole night was really cool because they had a screen up above where they would have like interviews from a paleontologist from Missouri State would come up and say, you know, that he still remembers going to see Jurassic Park as a kid, and
a big chunk of the reason why he is a paleontologist.
Right, yeah. So the whole night was amazing, and I am excited to maybe go see another few Springfield Symphony performances.
Yeah. The next thing we're going to talk about is just outside the 417 area, and it's an anniversary gift. Tanganyika Wildlife Park in Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas. They are, it's a combination zoo rescue where it's not a play to pet park, because I don't like those, like the Tiger King. It's not a Tiger King situation where you get to go and play with baby tigers or anything like that, but you can pay extra for experiences, where you can like at the Dickerson Park Zoo, you know, you can pay extra to feed lettuce to the giraffes and stuff like that. They have a white rhino there, endangered species, where you can give them lettuce and stuff, which I'm really excited to do. They have other experiences where you can feed the penguins, or you can go behind the scenes to the river otters experience, things like that. I'm really, really excited about this. Ridiculously excited, like a little kid, excited to go do this.
So it was a good gift.
Yes.
And I know I ruined it by letting you know way earlier, but I was like, so Tanganyika Wildlife Park, they have a whole bunch of different experiences they have with otters and sloths and penguins. I think they also have some predator cats too.
They do.
And there's so many options, and I know you always want to pet that dog.
I do want to pet all them dogs.
I was like, okay, I wanted this to be a surprise, but I'd rather you get the two that you want the most.
Yeah.
And so looked at it, and you picked the ones you want, and that's what we're going to be doing.
I'm excited.
Next, we're going to talk about, and this will have taken place after this episode drops, but we're probably going to be doing it the week after we record this. Missouri Anime and Horror Fest takes place October 11th through the 12th at the Springfield Expo Center. The gentleman that voices Handsome Jack from Borderlands is going to be out there, which means a lot. Your brother plays a lot of Borderlands.
He does.
And he's got a case, and I don't know who all he has signed so far.
He's had Tiny Tina, Mr. Torque. I can't remember who all he's had.
He's got at least like 6 or 7 signatures on there.
But he is excited to go get Handsome Jack on there. And then Shauna, his girlfriend, she is a huge horror movie fan.
Yeah.
Some anime, but more horror for her. And there's several voice actors there that she's excited to see. And I'm sure there'll be just tons of vendors there, like always.
Yeah, they do a pretty good... Johnny Young Bosch, who voiced most animes, I mean, man... He was in Bleach. He was in Trigun. I think Vampire Hunter D. Dragon Ball Z. He's been in everything.
Yeah.
Then, let's see here, Michelle Ruff. She's voiced several female characters in various animes. Damian Clark, Caitlin Barr, Stephanie Young. Marty Grabstein, who was the voice of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Aww.
I know. Then they have some professional cosplayers coming out, bringing some of their
Which
kits.
is always cool to see.
Right. So yeah, if you are into that, hopefully you went to this and had a good time. We'll maybe pop back in and say, hey, we had a good time.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you're listening to this podcast, you're listening to it after we went to do the things on this one. The one thing that is still coming up that we're hoping to fit in, we're going to absolutely feature it because they're good people doing a good thing. It's just our November is, you know how we were like, hey, after the wedding we're going to calm down. Hey, after the convention we're going to calm down. We don't calm down.
It's never calm. It's always go, go, go.
Anyway, the last one we want to feature is...
Meeple-a-thon.
Meeple-a-thon takes place November 14th through the 16th at the Overland Park Convention Center in Overland Park, Kansas. It is to benefit the homeless shelters in the area. So they have people come in, play games, be game masters, and the proceeds go to benefit the homeless shelters.
Yeah.
What is it actually called?
It's a 3-day event, and they do everything from Warhammer to, Wingspan, Catan, every level, every game. They're going to cover it there.
So they've reached out and said, hey, you guys should come on out. And it might be a thing where we just get the weekend badges, because I don't think we can hit that Friday.
Yeah, we can't do all 3 days, but we could maybe just do Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. And we might just pop up there for the Saturday.
That's true.
I mean, a Saturday badge is $30. A weekend badge is $55.
Which is not terrible.
Yeah. That's not bad. I mean, if you do the weekend badge for $55, that's all 3 days. So if we were able to hit the Friday, great. But, yeah, Meeple-a-thon is good people doing a good thing. And it's board gaming. And tabletop gaming. And it's gaming. Go support them. Go to tabletop events and search for Meeple-a-thon and get your badge. And hopefully, maybe we'll be there.
Yeah.
Man, adulting sucks.
It does, but sometimes it's fun.
Right, because last episode, in episode 49, we're all like, hey, how well do you manage your gaming and your hobby? I'm like, I don't want to manage, I just want to do my gaming. But we do have adulting things in November. It's how can we slot them? It's an efficiency engine, and I need to get better at those. Not just worker placement. I'm good at putting my worker me in and getting the resources. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I need to be better at that too.
Your resource management is, or turn management.
Yeah, resource management. Yeah, I do like that. It's episode 50. Let's go on to the topic of the show, which is
50.
50. Topic of the show is episode 50. So when we first,
technically more than 50, but 50.
So when I started this, in my head, I was like, hey, most board games have an expansion. So what if we did the 417Gamer podcast, and I love the format where we do a 4, a 1, and then a 7. And then what if we had a little extra talk about in a month? What if that was the expansion episode? So for 2 years, that's what we did. So we started October, what is it, October 23? Or 22? October 22.
Right.
And episode 1 was where we start a thing. We talk about your and my favorite top 7 games. We get into November, we talk about family gaming, and our first expansion is me and you going through Pub Meeple, doing our... Pub Meeple has their engine generator, ranking engine. If you're trying to make your top 10 list and you have a whole bunch of things, throw your whole list of things that you want to go through to rank, put them in Pub Meeple, and they generate them, and they just give you one-to-one comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like red versus blue, blue versus red, orange versus brown,
right,
gray versus aquamarine? And eventually, through all the comparisons of the list, you'll get a list that is ranked from 1 to however many you put out there. That December, we had our first review. We did it episode 3, expansion episode, and we reviewed Savannah Park. Savannah Park is a game we actually haven't played this year, but it's one of our go-to family weight intro games.
Yeah.
And honestly, we might have to bring it back out. I have to find it and take it out to GameNet, because in our 417Gamer group, we've seen a lot of new faces.
We have.
People that haven't played games in a while, and people are like, hey.
Newbies, yeah.
I don't know all these games. I'd like to come out and play. I'm like, yeah, come on out. We did our first New Year's Resolution episode with Ben. He comes on about every New Year's. I think every New Year's period.
I think we've every year done one of the resolutions episodes, and I think we've done pretty good on them. I said pretty good, not perfect.
Yeah, I think we had one year where I did terrible because I set lofty goals. I'm like, I'm going to do 50 of this. I'm going to replay all these. And I was like, I did some of it.
Looking through our episodes, I'm surprised how many guests we've had on here.
Yeah. And when we get to episode 100, I'm going to reach out to them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people have been on a couple times. Mm-hmm. That December, we had Ben and Leandra when we talked about our best games at 2. It's games that played multiple players, but we like them at 2.
Right.
David from Board Game Famous, he came on. We talked about heavy games. We had Lisa on. We talked about nature games. She's an author from the Ozarks, and we talked about some of her books. We talked about Jess and Sarah, but right before they're about to open Village Meeple.
Oh my gosh! We got to go in and get a sneak peek at the place.
Yep.
Before they had everything set up. I remember that.
Yep. Went to Geekway 23 and the Moon City Con 23. Talked about that. We did a non sequitur. We were so busy running around. We were trying to find a topic for, I think that's the July episode. And we're like, how about where to eat? Because we love going and trying new places, new food. So we talked about some of our favorite dishes, some of our favorite places to go eat. We talked with Catherine of the 417Gamers and Moon City Con about teaching games and some of her favorite games to teach. We stopped down to Branson, talked to Christopher James of the Branson Board Game Cafe that the fall of 23. We talked mechanisms, talked about 12 mechanisms, and then talked about his Dice and Dine and what they changed because they acquired it from another family that started it. Mm-hmm. Christopher James and his family are big into board games.
Yeah.
They love family-friendly activities and entertainment. He is the magician on the Showboat. Branson Bell has a great show, and they're just really good people.
And they're still going strong.
They are. The episode 13 expansion was Hawk. Hawk's first episode with us, talking about Geekmas. Geekmas is, if you're in the 417 area, it's a good time. Mm-hmm. It's a great last-minute place to get some
really unique gifts. Yeah, the vendor tables are just fantastic.
Handmade, local made.
Yeah.
Local artists. Buy local as much as you can when you can. Greg from Queen City Cardboard came on in episode 14. We talked about Beacon Patrol. We talked about game nights with him and what we had in our game bag. Top 7 games that you would fill out your game bag for. Kind of a game night you didn't know what to expect. So if you're going out to your first game night, what are you going to put in that bag? We reviewed World Wonders. We reviewed The White Castle. We talked with Jen from the 417Gamers about player count, whether it mattered to her. It really didn't matter to her as much until we started talking further in the game.
Then she realized it did matter.
It mattered a little bit. Because she was talking about, because her D&D tables, it absolutely matters. Because it's, what system does she want to play with, which people's. We talked with Logan from the 417Gamers about train games, and that dude loves his train games.
He goes to the train game convention every year.
He does. He goes to SteamCon and plays his Age of Steam, tons of maps, and sometimes he gets an exclusive map to the Steam convention. We talked with Phil from Wham Wham Games and David Stansfield from Tremendicon. And those were funny little interviews. Later, we got to sit down with David for a little more of an interview because that weekend David was running ragged, and he said he'd come over. And then he sat down, and he was like, "You want to do this?" I'm like, "You don't have to." He was like, "Yeah, I want to."
Sit down for a minute.
Right. That might be the only reason why he sat down and talked with us, so he could get off his feet. We loved having him. David's a good guy. We talked with Seth from Metagames Unlimited. We talked about thematic games. Then in that expansion, we talked about Forest Shuffle, and we love us some Forest Shuffle.
We do.
We got the newest expansion. Talked with Carl about the pile of possibilities, which is what we call yours. On the line, they call it the Shelf of Shame. But I'm not ashamed of the games we have. I just want to get them played.
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad that we don't have the time to play them, but I'm not ashamed that we have them. Except for the one or two that I watched the video like, oh, I should have got that. That looks terrible for us.
And then we had Sansu. Sansu works for Envoy Games.
She does.
And she is always... And Village Meeple. And she was always doing demos.
Yep. We talked with her about learning games, how best you learn, and And that goes into a lot of when she teaches games. She tries to see what people are gravitating towards, because some people can just auditorily hear the instructions and go. But there's a lot of people that can't. They need.
I need to see it.
They need to see it. They need the pieces in their hand to feel it.
Yeah.
Nick from the 417 Gamers, he came on. He talked about replayability. He's a mathematics teacher. He loves his Uwe Rosenberg game, so we talked about his top 7, and absolutely he had some on there. Ben and Leandra came back on. We talked about 2-player games. Matt with the 417 Gamers came on. He talked tile-laying games with us. David Stansfield came on ahead of Tanganyika 25. And that was nice because we went to Masso Pizza Bar for our first time. We had their cashew chicken pizza.
It's good, people. Don't shake your head. It's pretty good.
If you like cashew chicken.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
If you don't like cashew chicken,
you're not going to like that pizza.
We reviewed Crafting the Cosmos. Went to Geekways, Moon City Cons. Talked about old games. We had Alan from the 417 Gamers on. Talked with him. Talked about some of the older games that people just forget about, and I don't know, forget about is the right word, but
yeah, you
get into the cult of the new, and then when you get to explore some of the old favorites, you're like, oh,
that was really good.
The reprint, unreprint, SNCF France and Germany. It's Paris Connection, but Paris Connection was also SNCF France and Germany.
Right.
And actually, I think it was just SCF France.
Reskins.
So it was an old game that Rio Grande now has the reprint back. We got it from Moon City Con in a donation, so thank you very much, Rio Grande Games. It's got the France map from Paris Connection, but on the backside it also has Germany with it. And I was like, this is just enough of a wrinkle.
Yeah, just gotta have it.
And then I went online and found the expansion map that's the Moon and Mars, and I hope to play that soon too.
Yeah. Then we talked with Jess about gaming trends after she got back from
Gen Con.
Yes.
And her office was completely packed with games she was looking to get on the shelf, looking to have tournaments for. That lady keeps busy. I don't know how they do it over there. Cause
my head would explode.
As soon as we were done with that, she's like, yeah, just busy. And he's like, they're getting a food trailer.
I know.
I'm excited and happy for him. And then she was doing like a Shakespeare night at an improv. I'm like, how do you...
When do you sleep?
Yes, when do you sleep? I don't think she does.
She might not.
I think she's vampire, but I think she's daywalker. So. And then the last episode, we just talked about the hobby in general. I think we had a friend lined up that just couldn't make it, but sometimes just looking at the hobby
and what it means to you.
Yeah, what it means to us. And it means quite a bit to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now, things are kind of charged politically, but board games are a great social lubricant, a bridge from me to you, to play a game, to sit down, and just be social. Mm-hmm. We're social creatures.
We are.
So yeah, I said episode 50, but because of all the expansion episodes, it wasn't until, what was it? I think last year. Because we do expansions all the way until episode 25. Episode 25 last year. Learning games with Sansu. She got episode 25, and then we did 7 questions with her on episode 26 where we reviewed Splinter Duel.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers, Splinter Duel is one of our favorite 2-player games.
It is.
And then from then on, we just started numbering all the episodes one-offs because we've been following the 417 format on all of them.
Yes, expansion or not.
Expansion or not.
And they just became episodes.
Yep. But I hope those have been listening with us. You've enjoyed us for these first 50-ish episodes of the 417 Gamer podcast.
50-72, who's counting?
Yeah. So we're going to talk about 7 of our favorite games that we've reviewed and talked about in the 417 Gamer podcast, but I try to make it that we didn't have any crossover with the 7 games that are important to us. And
yes.
there might have been some crossover, but we try to make it to where we talk about different games.
Exactly.
So without further ado, you want to go into the 7?
7.
This 7 of the 417 Gamer podcast, we're talking about our favorite 7 games that we've talked about in the last 50-ish episodes. So when we started the 417 Gamer podcast, I was numbering episodes, episode 1 and then the expansion, and then 2 and then the expansion. And after a while, I think one of our friends like, why don't you just number them?
Yeah.
Because the expansion's just and that was right, so just number them. but also at the front, we didn't know if we were able to get 2 fully fleshed out episodes in a month.
Yeah.
So the first one we would do a 4, a 1, and a 7, and then the next episode if we were going to do a review, if we were going to bring a friend on, or if we were just going to yammer about a game. But now we've kind of got our nice,
right,
our structure for an episode.
Yeah.
So these are 7 of our favorite games that we've talked about in the last 50-ish episodes. My number 7, and I want to start us off, if you don't mind,
Sure.
is Jam Sumo. In the last episode, we talked about important games, and our Crokinole board is very important to me because it clued me in to how deep you're heading down the board game rabbit hole with me, because we dropped quite a bit of money on that. But before we dropped that, they had a smaller, more affordable dexterity game called Jam Sumo. Now, the original Jam Sumo, I think, was Asia, but it was a handcrafted board, and it played only up to 4. Well, now with Brown Castle Games laser engraver and their cutter, this sucker plays up to 6. In Jam Sumo, it's 2 parts of a game. In the jam portion, you're trying to jam your dice down the center hole and get them out of the game. You start them on 4s, and you keep on going until somebody's dice are all gone. At the end, the person that got all their dice out of the game, they get a big fat 0, which is nice. In the jam portion, you do not want points. Everybody else gets points for whatever die face is showing up. Like I said, points are bad. Then you go to the sumo portion. In the sumo portion, you put all of your dice on the playboard. And on your turn, you will flick, and you must make contact with an opponent's die. You are trying to knock everybody off. Once somebody is knocked off, they get 0 points. But in sumo, you do want points. So the game is over, and everybody gets points for their face-up dies. And like I said, points are good. But this is one of my favorites because I didn't expect to see it. And when I did, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting that. And when we've played it, we've given it as a Christmas gift. It's one of those games it plays really, really well. And a lot of people, that are kind of bashful to come out to the group, it's a great game to just, let's play.
Yeah.
Andrea, you're number 7.
Planet Unknown. It has that Tetris Tetris aspect that I really love. There's a tech tree. In addition to trying to cover your planet with these Tetris-like pieces, where every time you lay down a tile onto your planet, depending on what symbols are on the tile, you move those pieces up on your tech tree, which gives you powers. I love the theme of this game in that there are life pods on the planet before you get started, that you need a little Mars rover looking shuttlecraft thing that you need to send around the board to pick those up. Also, a lot of the pieces have asteroids on them that you take the same rover and go pick up those asteroids that count for points towards the end of the game. The planet is a grid. The more of the planet that you've covered with tile pieces gets you more points, but a rower column doesn't count if it's got a asteroid or a life pod on it, so that gives you more incentive to go get those picked up.
Yeah, this is designed by Ryan Lamberg and Adam Rayberg, published by Adam's Apple Games. Andrea, number 6.
Scout. Tiny little card game with little point pieces. The theme of the game is that you're scouting circus players for your circus. In addition to the numbers on the cards, there are also little characters. But what you're trying to do is basically kind of win tricks, I guess you'd say.
Run out your hand.
And because when you collect pieces, you're trying to make runs, and when you can lay down runs, you pick up money. You flip over the card and there's money on the backside.
Yep.
So the more cards you can collect, the more points you get.
But if you can't,
you can scout from a previous player's laid down hand, where you can fill in cards that you need into your hand. We have played this with people who are brand newbies to games, and even they really enjoy the, I don't know, just the overall. It doesn't matter the theme of the game and the circus players and all that. You're just trying to make your cards in runs. So,
yeah, it's one of those games. Once you get through the first hand, people get it. Mm-hmm. And it's also been interesting. Some people have grown up playing Trick Takers, and this is kind of more of a ladder climbing game because you need a progressively bigger hand to beat the one previous to you, but it's still tricks.
Yeah.
But it's been really fun. This is designed by Kei Kanjino, and it's published by Oink Games. That was your 7 and your 6. So that brings me to my 6, which is The Red Cathedral. You and I both really enjoyed The Red Cathedral.
I love Red Cathedral.
The Red Cathedral, we talked about it, and I think we reviewed it when we won it at Geekway to the West, I want to say 22 or 23, and our friend Ethan looked at it and he said, "Hey, what do you think of that?" I'm like, we won it. We haven't played it yet.
Haven't played it yet.
And he goes, "That's an amazing game." He's like, "That's a lot of game in a little box." So he immediately said, "We need to play it that night." We played it, 3-player, and when we were done, you were like, "Man, that was really good. I'd play it again right now."
Yeah, and we did.
So, this is designed by Isra C. and the Shay S., published by DeVere Games, and this started us down the rabbit hole of keeping an eye out for DeVere Games. And just like any publisher, there's going to be some games you love, some games you don't, but it really keeps our eye open to their games and this design duo, because we also like the White Castle. I like the White Castle more than you, but you like the Red Cathedral more than me.
I do.
But this is one of my favorite talks because it was one of those games that sits on your shelf and you're like, is it that good? And then when your friend teaches you or you get down and play it, it's that good better. Number 5. My number 5 is going to be Fromage. Fromage is a game that we kickstarted. It's a game of making cheese.
I remember when you first heard about this game, you're like, there's a game where you make cheese. Yeah. And I was like, you love both of those things.
I do love it. And it's worker placement. I love worker placement. So it's... we had a gentleman in our game group, AJ Lambeth. He ended up getting a design job with Colossal Games. And he designed a game called Kami-sama. Kami-sama had a rotating board, and it had seasons to it, so wherever you put your stuff this round, your next option wasn't going to be on your quadrant because the board was going to, turn, and you'd have a new option. So Fromage took that same idea, and they did worker placement and making cheese. I'm like, oh, that's a really cool idea. So, a design I saw here, and AJ's idea, and I saw somebody else kind of take a similar idea and then tweak it and make it something different. I was like, that's pretty sweet. So Fromage is designed by Matthew O'Malley and Ben Rossett, and it is published by Road to Infamy Games. Andrea, your number 5?
My city.
Your city?
Our city. Ooh. No, just mine.
Hmm.
Another game that has those Tetris tiles, where you're trying to cover your board. We have played both the regular version and the legacy version of this game, which I highly recommend. We were really happy and enjoyed that. We played it with another couple who are also gamers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a super hard game, but it was super entertaining. And I think it will be one of my all-time favorites just because of that legacy playthrough.
Yeah, it meant a lot to us. And it's something we alluded to the last episode a little bit about pandemic. This came out in 2020. We picked it up, and this is one of the few people we played with around pandemic.
Yeah.
So it was one of those once a month we got together, everybody made sure that everybody was healthy, sit down, grab some takeout food, play the game, and then we'd get together next month. And some months we couldn't because some of us got sick, and sometimes life pops up and you can't make it. It took us 2.5 years to play 26, I think it's 25 or 26 games to get through all the chapters.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting all of them played.
We did.
And it was a great time. My City is designed by Reiner Knizia and published by Cosmos Games. Andrea, you're number 4.
Forest Shuffle.
Yeah.
It's a card game, completely card game. But you are drafting cards to put on. Well, first you draft trees, tree cards, and then you can put an animal on the top and bottom of that tree card and one on the left and right. So tree cards, the whole card is a tree, and the animal cards either the top are divided into two, either top and bottom or left and right. So you can completely surround every tree card, and you can get points for a tree. Might say 2 points for if this tree is completely surrounded, or an animal card might say 10 points if paired with this other animal, or butterflies are free to play onto your board, and if you get 5 of the set you get 25 points. For a little card game, it is so much more than just a card game.
Yeah. A lot of crunch, a lot of strategy here. This is designed by Koch and published by Lookout Games. We played the crap out of it. This summer we've focused on trying to get through our 10 by 10. And I have a feeling this might go on our 10 for 10 next year.
It might. We bought the expansion.
We have all the expansions. We really like it. And let's see here. That brings us to... What number are we at?
3.
3. So I haven't done my 4 yet. My 4 is Beacon Patrol. Beacon Patrol is designed by Torben Ratzlaff. He's also the artist, and it's published by Pandasaurus Games. This is a tile-laying game that is cooperative. And on your you start with a center tile with some boats and a center little station. On your turn, each player will have 3 tiles in front of them. You can put out tiles and then move your boats to them as long as you can, as long as you have the waterways. And your boats only have so many points of movement, or they can move immediately to that tile, but they also have 2 to 3 fan powers that allows them to back up, backtrack, and move about as you need. At the end of the game, you get points for all of the lighthouses, buoys, and landmarks that you found, and it comes with 2 small little expansions as well, and they're fun to throw in. Now we have the actual box expansion that adds new boats that each have their own kind of asymmetric powers. Like you have a hovercraft that'll let you go over land and all that stuff. When this, I kind of said that I like cooperative games when I'm teaching newbies. But this kind of made me think maybe I was just kind of burned on co-ops for a little bit, because I love the crap out of this.
You do.
To the point where I was quarterbacking some things a little too hard.
You were. You're like, don't put that there.
Or if you don't do that, you could do this, this, and this. Number 3, my number 3 is Flip 7. And Flip 7 is published by The Op, formerly USA Opoly. Flip 7 is a great little family card game, and it's such a great little game. Well, we enjoy going to the holidays and having the new cool game.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have a cool new game because they already had it.
Right.
I had both of my uncles already had Flip 7.
Yeah, they did.
I'm like, oh, you guys already have it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, it's designed by Eric Olson. Like I said, it's published by The Op. In Flip 7, everybody's dealt a card, and then you come back around and ask them if they want another. The idea is all the cards have numbers on them. They're worth their face value. You bust if you duplicate a number card. And if you bust, you get no points that round.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep on going until either everybody has passed, busted, or on the rare chance, somebody actually flips 7 number cards. Then they get all the points off their number cards plus 15 bonus points for going out. It's one of my favorites, not only for what we talked about on the podcast, but then we talked about Moon City Con 25. And we only had, I think, about 10, 12 people signed up on the tournament. But we ended up having like 26.
Yeah, we did.
We had enough to where I had to go back to the metagames table and they're like, hey, I've got more people than we actually had scheduled because they were the ones that were promoting and sponsoring it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank goodness to Metagames Unlimited that they had extra copies.
Yes.
He's like, here's another one. And I said, okay, how much you want for it? He goes, nope. He's like, just give it away and let them know that we gave it to him. So, not only did they give each table, because we had 4 different tables, whoever won each one of their tables, they got their copy.
Yes.
And then whoever won got like a $50 gift card to Metagames.
Mm-hmm. Hugely popular, and we still enjoy it.
Andrea, your 3.
My number 3 is World Wonders.
Yeah.
So I just realized another Tetris tile game. I might have a theme going
You
here.
do. You have you like your Tetrisy games.
I guess I do. This one, you are not only trying to cover as much of your board as you can, Tetris style, but you also have cards on the sides where if you fulfill requirements, you get World Wonders.
Yeah.
And they are fantastic little minis that are in different shapes that you put on your board that go along with the World Wonder and how it is in real life. For example, the
Lighthouse of Alexandria has
Yes.
to be on the water.
right,
Or near the water.
because
So
that's
it's on
how
the carpet.
Yes. The Easter Island statues have to be in a certain pattern.
And they have to be spaced apart. You can't just group them up together.
Right. So whatever the World Wonder is in real life is representative of how you can place it on your board. We have played this so many times with not just us, but with friends and family. And other gamers as well, but it looks really good. The World Wonders look really good on the board, and sometimes I might want one just because it looks good on my board, not necessarily because it gives me the most points. So yeah, I don't see us ever getting rid of this game,
No.
and if they get more expansions, which I hope they do, we will definitely be getting them.
This is designed by Z Mendez, and it's published by Arcane Wonders. Andrea, you're number 2.
Obsession. This is it's Downton Abbey in a box. That's how I see it. And we played it with another couple the wife was also a big fan of Downton Abbey.
Ben and Leander, they usually come on in the February, and they play games with us.
And like us, you've never seen one episode of
Nope.
Downton Abbey, but you love this game too.
It's good mechanics.
It is that, European aristocratic family where if your family member wants to go to tea, you want to go with people who are also have a lot of, credibility in the society, and if you're a female character, you want to take a lady's maid with you, or if you're a gentleman traveler, you want to go to an event, you need to take your under butler with you, or you so yeah, I enjoy it because of the theme. You enjoy it because of the mechanics.
Yeah, I think it tells you step by step what you need to do. You need to put out the event that you want to host. You need to get all the people ready to get to host. You need to get your helpers or your workers ready that need to be for this, because your family can just go do events. But when you have guests over, some of them need ladies' maids or butlers or footmen to help them around.
Yeah.
And then after you do that, then you gain favors, because the people that come over, sometimes they give you some privileges, sometimes they give you some monies.
Yeah.
And then your family does the same, and sometimes they bring more guests.
And sometimes the guests are disreputable and they're worth negative points because they're a scoundrel.
Or it's uncouth to have them. Because Miss Hawkins from the U.S., she got a lot of money. She's from America.
Right? Don't want her signature event.
Well, you maybe have her at your event, but you need to be able to prove that she just showed up for a one-off.
Yeah.
She's not part of the family. But no, I enjoyed Downton Abbey the game with you. That brings us to my number 2. My number 2 is Whirling Witchcraft. Whirling Witchcraft, we really enjoyed the heck out of, and we got the 3D printed cauldrons for hours.
Yeah.
It took a while for me to remember that we needed them and them to be in stock, because there was an Etsy site that printed them, and I probably could have got our friends to print it, but I kind of used them enough for our 3D printed stuff.
It reminds me of Quacks of Quedlinburg.
The theme, absolutely.
But it is also conveyor belt.
Yeah, it's got that I Love Lucy type conveyor belt theme.
Yeah, where you're trying to give potion ingredients to your neighbor and overflow their cauldron pot.
Before your neighbor does it to you.
Exactly.
This is designed by Eric Anderson Sundin. It is published by AEG Games. It's a cute little game. Mm-hmm. We played it quite a bit, and yeah, I absolutely like it. We love upgrading our games when we can, and this is no exception.
Yeah.
That brings us to number 1, Andrea. We're going to use the Start Player app to find out who is going to talk about their number 1 first, and it's me. I'm going to talk about Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small. This is published by Lookout Games, or Z-Man Games if you have the older version. It is designed by Uwe Rosenberg. It's not his best game. It's not Bonanza, but it's pretty darn good. In Agricola creatures, all creatures big and small, you are running a farm against your neighbor. And
it's a two-player. It's a two-player game.
It's two-player worker placement.
The Agricola, just Agricola, is a multiplayer game.
Yep.
All Creatures Big and Small is just a two-player game.
But it's a two-player worker placement, and that little action board where you put your workers is tight.
It is.
There's 2 spots for you to get wood. There's 2 spots for you to get stone. And then just about everything else... Oh, there's 2 spots to build special buildings. After that, everything's a one-off.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a trough this round? You better get there. Do you want to be the one that expands your farm and gets some more fences? You better get there. Do you want to build your fences in stone? You need to get there.
Because if you don't go there, I am.
Do you want horses? You better get there. And it's one of those games that's kind of turned on us, because for the longest time when we played the base game, I couldn't be stopped.
You were the winner every time.
I know, but now we've added the expansion buildings. I can't win
because I'm an advanced farmer. You are a basic.
That one's a basic
farmer.
basic farmer. I could do cows, chickens, and pigs. You were doing those zebras and the alpacas and whatnot. Andrew, your number 1 favorite game that we've talked about in the last 50-ish episodes.
Mine's also a 2-player game. It's Splendor Duel.
Yeah.
I remember when this game came out, we didn't get it for a really long time because we're like, why do we need a 2-player version of Splendor? You can play Splendor 2-player. It doesn't matter. But then we got it, and it's really good because it's different enough and adds enough new mechanics that...
The drafting mechanism is completely different.
Yeah.
You've got a little... whenever you spawn the board, you drop the chips in a Fibonacci spiral method, and then on your turn, you get to grab... Just like other Splendor, you grab 3 chips, but... In regular Splendor, the chips are static where they are. You can just grab whatever you want. This, they have to be adjacent. You're grabbing 3 in a line. And whenever you're, taking your, when you're reserving a card, you're taking a gold off that board. There's only 3 gold. So if I decide to reserve 3 cards immediately, there's no gold for you until I spend those golds.
That's exact. And what's interesting is because when you have to take 3 chips that are adjacent, as the board thins out, you might only be able to get 1 chip because it's not next to anything else. And it's also a game of chicken because you can refill the board with spent chips, but whoever refills the board, their opponent gets a privilege, which is just a little scroll that you can use to grab a chip at anywhere off the board.
Yep.
So there have been many turns where I'm like, come on, refill the board. And you're like, I'm not doing it.
I don't need to. I can get this reserve. It also gives you new win conditions. In regular Splendor, it's played to 15 points. In Splendor Duel, it's the first person to satisfy 1 of 3 win conditions. It is 10 crowns, which is a new symbol on cards. It is 10 points in 1 color, or it's 20 points overall. Fantastic 2-player game. Like you said, it was one that we played Splendor Marvel and Splendor regular 2-player, and it's good. But I don't think we'll ever play those 2-player anymore because Splendor Duel is way better. It's so good. It was one of the games we took on the cruise with us.
Yep.
This, Botnik, 5 crowns, and we took something else with us that we didn't get played. Scout.
Yeah.
But honorable mentions. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Oh, there are so many. I like that a lot of our games, when we were making our lists, we made sure that we didn't have any duplicates.
Right.
But I think that I like all the ones on your list and you like all the ones on my list.
I do. And we also try to make sure it didn't cross over with our important to us games last week. Because honestly, some of those games are some that we really like talking about on the podcast.
Yeah. Like Ark Nova. Ark Nova is one of my favorite games.
Yes.
But it was on our last list, so we didn't include it.
So we try to vary it up because there are times when we harp on the same game over and over because we love some of our games.
Yes.
I am going to talk about 2 honorable mentions real quick. Battle of Hoth. We just reviewed that back in September. I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it for the Star Wars. I enjoyed it for the Memoir 44. And I didn't know how much you enjoyed it. We were like, yeah, I play that 2-player right now. I'm like, ooh. That gives me my Memoir 44 flavor. It gives you your Star Warsy flavor. Yeah, it's something that I'm happy that you like it. And then Tower Up. Tower Up is a game that we played at Geekway this year, 25.
Yeah.
It's box art. The box art tells you what it is.
But it's pretty bland.
It's a bland game. The bland box art, bland game. Until you get through it, the mechanics are solid. The blocking, because you can't hose anybody, but you can take a move out from underneath somebody, or put some buildings up there to make it near impossible for them to move. But yeah, fantastic game. That was the 7 in the 417 Gamer podcast. If you've listened to us and you're listening on episode 50, there's more than 49 other episodes to go listen to. Find us on Spotify. Find us on Libsyn. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Hobby Gaming Network. Or if you haven't checked us out on YouTube, we're on the YouTube page with the 417 Gamers.
That's right.
But until next time,
keep gaming
in the
417. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The 417 Gamer podcast is recorded and produced by Andrea and Rick Bagwell. The intro music we use, Kind, Gentle, Beautiful Person, and the outro music, Making Up for Lost Time, was created by Origami Reptica. For links to our show notes, the music, and guest links, head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Hobby Gaming Network. Until next time, keep gaming in the 417.